My full name is Ananya Bordoloi, and my birth date is 20 April 1994.
So I'm Nikhil Francis, and my birth date is 20th September 1992.
My name means unique. I think dream, like every other Indian, I wanted to be an astronaut and then a pilot, but then I ended up as an engineer. But I didn't have so many scary moments. I had a really nice childhood, I would say. I was privileged enough to have a good childhood. Yeah, this might come as a very shocking or surprising thing, but like in Europe, everyone or more than like half of the people know swimming, right? It's a very common thing to know swimming. In India, it's not like that. Like unless you go to a swimming class or something, very few people know swimming. And I still don't know swimming. So I almost drowned once in an amusement park. So that was like the only scariest thing I can think of. Other than that, I had a pretty nice childhood. Like I was always reading books. Both my parents are professors, so I was always surrounded with books. And even now you can see I was reading some book. So I had a very nice childhood, I can say. I went to an art school as well. Almost my whole childhood. I've been reading and painting since I remember, so I started early, and I also learned professionally the painting and art, and I still enjoy them. So we both were working in Bangalore in India, again in an automotive company, and I also had this thought of going for masters. And at that time, I was done with my bachelor's. I started in a company, and then I was thinking of where to do my master's. And I had some German colleagues already in Germany. So I researched a lot, and I liked the program, which I found in Technical University of Munich. And then I really liked their master's program in management. And then I applied, and I came as a student first. I finished my studies last year, and then I started working here. Yeah. The work-life culture in balance in Germany is really nice, and the work that I did in India and here, it's almost the same, but there is such a balance here which we both love, and we decided to continue staying in Germany. That's the only downside, staying so far away, that you're so far away from your family. You miss them every day. But yes, I mean, we try to somehow make it work by, like, at least I call twice a day. Like, it's mandatory that I call them. We speak, even if it's like for 5 minutes, we talk. And of course, as you mentioned, we try to go on every 6 months at least. Sometimes it's not possible, but then we make sure that at least we go there and spend some nice family time, or they visit us. So that's how we just continue like this so far. Yeah, in India, I mean, every state has a different state language. And apart from the state language, they also have regional languages. So in a state, it's very common that people speak multiple languages. And since I come from Assam, my mother tongue is Assamese, and he comes from Kerala, his mother tongue is Malayalam. And those are very, very different languages. Like, you cannot find any similarity in the text or even spoken. So the common ground that is there is either English or Hindi. Both are official languages. And we met in Bangalore, both of us working in the same company. And of course, like with all our colleagues and everyone, we speak mostly in English or Hindi, unless he or she is from the same place.
Yeah.
We don't find any difficulties in communicating. I think we both communicate with each other really well in English. So I think that works, right?
Yes, so English being the second language, it's one of our strongest languages as well. So we are completely, comfortable and in sharing our emotions as well as, whatever we have. So it's been like that for 7 years since we met. So yeah, it's going good.
I mean, it's still a little tough when you are in India, and also depending on where you stay and how your families are. Every family is different, but it's still a bit tougher, I feel. I mean, of course, we have friends from every religion, caste. Caste is also a big thing in India. But when it comes to like marrying, it's a bit difficult, I feel. But
I feel that things are changing. So society is more progressive, at least in some parts of India. So it also depends upon what kind of education and what kind of exposure the people have in the particular region. You know, so in our case, it was not as tough as compared to many of our friends.
I mean, yeah, and as individuals, we have grown with different beliefs. And we are seeing now different things, so it's not like someone is forcing the other. Everyone has their own beliefs, but I think we coexist like that.
Yeah, and also it's about being open, about accepting other cultures, and all the festivities coming from that culture. So it's more about the happiness is only increasing when you accumulate all the festivities from both the cultures, right?
In India, we do not say we are getting married. It's just when we say, oh yeah, I'm dating someone. So you don't say we are getting married, it's their decision. Family, like acceptance from the family is a very important part, because in India it's not only the boy and the girl getting married, but it's the families also getting married.
Yes.
Both the families should like each other, they should like the guy, they should like the girl, everyone should like each other. After introduction, both our families met and they liked each other, and I think the question came from them, when are you getting married? And let's do the wedding if everything is fine. So I think it worked out like that.
Yeah, it's for me as well. When I mentioned to my, I was also a little bit skeptical about telling it, and I was unsure about what kind of reaction they're going to have. But it was very surprising. I mentioned this to my dad, and he took it really positively. And then he was like, "Okay, so what's the next step? So let's go there, meet her, and So we will have two weddings. So one according to the Hindu rituals, and also one as per the Christian South.
He has different sets of festivals that he celebrates. I have different.
Exactly.
Personally, we see it as like now we get to celebrate twice as much. So
more happiness
and more celebration. So we are always up for celebrating.